This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Wednesday. Jason Walker back inside Off the Wall Mancave and getting ready for what is going to be a fantastic weekend across the state of Montana. I cannot wait for it. Coming up today, we'll talk to Capital Girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba. And you might be asking yourself why her team didn't make the state tournament. No, but she can break down the girls and the boys bracket for us. And who will be cutting down nets on Saturday night at Dahlberg for the AA. We'll talk to her coming up. We have On This Day in History and the walk-off and much more. All on this beautiful, beautiful day. And I mean beautiful. It's sunshine. Birds are chirping. Oh, I love it. You can watch us on Facebook, X, YouTube, Rumble, Truth Social, also on Podbean. Listen, Network One Sports, Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean. I think I said that one. Everywhere. JasonWalkerShow.com, JasonWalkerMedia.com. Also, make sure Continental Divide Radio. Now, we'll not be doing shows, Jason Walker shows, in the form you've become accustomed to over the last 5 years of on Thursday and Friday from Butte. We will be doing state tournament updates almost every hour, basically from noon to midnight on Continental Divide Radio. So you'll want to listen for those. So just listen to Continental Divide Radio. You want to know how your favorite team is doing, whether it's in Butte, Great Falls, Bozeman, or Missoula. We'll have hourly updates on Continental Divide Radio. And that'll be fun. Plus, we've got an awesome kick-ass morning show over there, Jaywalk in the mornings. We've got a great afternoon show with my man Mark Allen from 1 to 5. So that will continue. Also, we'll be doing the state tournament updates on Saturday as well on Continental Divide Radio. So you'll want to tune in there to get all of your state tournament updates. Big Sky Conference tournament starts next week. Man, it's just... Frontier wrapped up over the last week. You've got selection show tomorrow for the NAIA to find out who the Carroll women will be hosting in pod in the first and second round, who Providence women will welcome to Great Falls, and who Tech men will welcome to Butte next weekend, the 15th and 16th, for the first and second round of the NAIA tournament. And will the Carroll men make it? I think the Carroll men are in. They have 4 losses since December, since the start of 2024. All 4 of those are to Tech. Tech's really good. And we talked about the Frontier Conference teams yesterday. I mean, when you put 3 guys on it, Hayden Deacon's also the Defensive Player of the Year. They had the 6th Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, Caleb Belich. You know, what's great about Caleb, too, is, I mean, he tore his knee at home in the first and second round of the NAIA tournament a year ago in March. And that dude worked his ass off to get back and get on the court his senior year for his guys and absolutely killed it. First team all-conference, led his team to another regular season and tournament title. That's 3 in a row. So it's a great story for him. And I've mentioned this before, what Adam Hyatt has done down in Butte in 8 years to go from one conference win to back to back to back. And the first couple years were lean, and he had to get his guys in. And he did it a lot with junior college guys. He brought in a lot of transfers, especially from that Snow Valley College area type players the first couple years to establish a culture. Then he went and got a Caleb Bellich. And then he went and got an Asa Williams. Then he went and got these guys. He's gotten some transfers over the last couple years. You know, a couple of guys that left Carroll and gone down there. But Adam Hyatt deserved another Coach of the Year, and he got it. Now, you could argue Ryan Lundgren at Carroll deserved Coach of the Year for what he inherited, basically an empty roster. He filled the team after he got hired kind of late and led Carroll to a second-place finish. Great job. Definitely some disappointments in the Frontier this year. I think the Rocky men had a lot of hope and belief going into the year, and that didn't work out. The Rocky women, same thing. Struggled in conference play. Let's see. I know Coach Sayers won the Coach of the Year, Rochelle Sayers from Carroll on the women's side. You could have maybe had a case for Britt Cooper and the job she did in her first year down at Western. Especially, again, kind of a late hire after Lindsey Woolley left to go become an assistant at Utah State, which is a great move for him. And Britt Cooper, we talked about it last spring when she got hired. Hit it out of the ballpark with that hiring. She's a Bulldog. She won a national championship in 2019. She knows how to win. And she can recruit. And, I mean, she's going to have some great talent throughout the next couple of years moving forward. Chris Mowat, great job at Northern. And it's amazing to see how great of a coach. And I know him. I know he can coach. I know he's a great coach. But when he's got a healthy roster, like a Cheyenne Crass, and he's got a team that's healthy, this guy can play with anybody in the league and coach with anybody in the league. Chris Mowat's fantastic. And Northern was really good this year. Tech girls still struggled a little bit. Jeff Graham's going to get that figured out. Providence is Providence. Bill Himmelberg does what he does. So great job in the Frontier Conference this year by all the coaches, and some disappointing seasons. If you're, like I mentioned earlier, the Rocky men, the Rocky women, for sure. Tech women, I think they had higher hopes, but Frontier is strong. It's not maybe as deep as it was, say, 6 years ago. And that was when LC State was still in the league. So, you had 5 of 7 women's teams ranked or receiving votes. I think 5 in the top 25 and the 6th was receiving votes back then. Tech was the only one that wasn't. I mean, that league was, gosh. And you think what they have to do, these players too. I mean, they have to play each other 3 times in the regular season, a 4th time at the conference tournament. It's not easy. It's a messed up schedule in the Frontier, but these coaches and players make it work, make it their own. And just if you're a Frontier Conference fan, you should feel blessed you live in the state of Montana with the basketball that we have on the college level. And that's not counting Dawson, Miles City, what they've done. Dawson won another region championship. Miles Community College women are great. Or both teams are good. You've got Cats and Grizz, obviously. Lady Grizz, Bobcat women. I mean, there's some hellacious basketball in this state, and it is so much fun to live here and be a part of it every day. The Walk Up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. Veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. You can check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Some great storylines as we head into the high school state tournaments, too. I mean, you've got the Double A alone. Can Skyview, under first-year head coach, come back and win it again in Randy Chase, who won it all at Billings West 13 years ago, first season at Skyview? You've got who's going to be the Gatorade Player of the Year, Brianna Williams. And we'll talk to Katie Garcin-Forba a lot more about the Double A, boys and girls. You look at what the State A brings in, some new blood in Big Fork on the girls' side. The boys, you've got some, some teams that have been there, some teams that haven't in a while. I'm looking forward to the State A. Just saw something we'll get to later. State B, down in Billings, the Loyola Rams winning its first state title in school history last year, looking to go back-to-back and maybe go unbeaten in the process. Well, they'd have to go unbeaten to win it. They're unbeaten now. Anaconda in the field for the first time in a while. Our Lee boys, they're so fun to watch. Fairview, Lodgegrass, Manhattan. We talk about the success the Bozeman High has had, going undefeated in football. Only one loss in basketball came last week at divisionals in the semis. Maybe it was the first round game. Anyway, they bounced back to take third, and they'll be at the state tournament. Manhattan football, let's not forget, lost in overtime to Florence Carlton at home. Great game. A defensive battle. Their boys basketball team's 22-2. So, I mean, you've got some success in the Gallatin Valley. We mentioned the Loyola boys, Poplar, Red Lodge. Red Lodge is 20-2. Man. Just really good on the boys' side there in Class B. And then the State C, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale girls, and they play Taylor Sherrick and Roberts in first round tomorrow. State C boys getting underway today up in Great Falls. Girls will tip off tomorrow. Man, just doing research on the State A, you've got unbelievable teams. And you've got a chance for a repeat in State A in boys. A lot of people wrote off Lewistown. They're 10-11 going in, but got through divisionals. Now at state. They're there with Havre, 16-6. Hamilton's 19-2, and I saw Hamilton in person. They were still undefeated, and then they lost 2 straight. But man, if they bounce back. Glendive's 11-12, so Glendive and Lewistown, each back at state and each with a losing record, but don't let that fool you. Dillon's back. Columbia Falls. And then Butte Central and Billings Central combined 36-6. And, Butte Central's doing it. No Dougie Peoples, who's haven't had a nice start at the College of Idaho. But, man, I wouldn't tell you if I had a favorite in the Class A boys. I don't know of who to watch for. Obviously, Butte Central, Dillon, but the way Billings Central's got Hamilton, I don't know. To me, it's wide open. To me, it is wide open. Hamilton going for its first state title on the boys' side since 1947. Hasn't been in the championship game since 76. Kanan Magnus is flat-out shooter and baller. Love watching him play. He averaged over 21 points, and he's only a sophomore. They're so balanced. Lewistown went 24-0 last year. Royce Robinson graduated, went to MSU. Fisher Brown went off to prep school in Utah this season. They started 1-7, but then won the Eastern A. And that includes Billings Central being in the Eastern A. I mean, wow. Butte Central, consistency, 18th trip to state in the last 20 years. Yeah. They're good. Billings Central, solid. But Fergus got him in the Eastern A Championship. Anything can happen. Anything. Dillon, Columbia Falls. I don't know. And on the girls' side, that's why I picked the girls to get the call this year, because I think it's just going to be awesome, fantastically awesome. And we're talking. Good Lord. Have her back for a fourth year, or going for 4 in a row, 5 and 6 years, 6 and 7 years. Big Fork, interested to see what they can do. And that's a really good basketball team, Big Fork. And kind of, at least in some eyes, quietly had an unbelievable, amazing season. Lockwood. And then Browning, Lady Indians. Oh, that's going to be good. Miles City back at state for the first time in a while. I mean, it's just going to be fun. It's just going to be an absolute blast. Starts today in Great Falls with the State C boys. Everybody else tips off tomorrow, and it rolls through late Saturday night. I think championship games are set to tip at about 8:30 on the NFHS network. Every game of state, all classifications on the NFHS network. And I get to call the games, State A girls, with the man, Coach John Thatcher. Can't wait. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Katie Garcin-Forba is going to break down the AA for us. And can I get her to buy some concert tickets from me? We'll find out when we come back. Jason Walker Show, the walk-up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. They've got over 50 years experience, the finest craftsmen available in the state of Montana, and maybe even in the West. They will take care of you. They will build you a home that's going to last for generations. Montana Custom Log Homes, yourcustomlog.com. Come back to the Off the Wall Mancave with Katie Garcin-Forba next here, Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation.
Ah, summer. A time to work in the yard and get all those projects that you've been thinking about all winter done. And when you've had enough, go to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar to cool off, relax, laugh a little, or a lot, your choice. Have a drink and play your favorite games. There's plenty of new games and your old favorites. Now, if you don't want to work hard and the relaxing part sounds the best to you, then just head over to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar on Dredge behind Jade Restaurant. Happy summer, everyone.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us.
military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
I hate the world today.
Little Meredith Brooks,
You're so good to me. I know
1997. Song's 27 years old. Wow.
Tried to tell you, but you
Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Back in the Off the Wall Mancave on this beautiful Wednesday across the state, and it is going to actually be a nice weekend across the state. You can get your weather forecast at Continental Divide Radio every hour. Just a public service we do. Weather. It's important in the state, especially this time of the year. But road-wise, condition-wise, should be pretty darn good across everywhere in the state this week as you're traveling. I know the Harrison boys in the State C playing in their first ever state tournament. And Box Elder, game 1. Welcome to state. Here's a really good basketball team to play. But Harrison, great job. Congratulations on getting there. Speaking of getting to state, 8 teams every year, boys and girls. And 32 teams, I guess, across the state. 8 in each classification. Is that math right? 32, 64 with the boys and the girls, right? Because there's 4 classifications. So like girls, 8 times 4 is 32. Boys would be 64. I can do math, not just for good looks. All right. Can I get her to buy some concert tickets? And who's going to win state AA? Joining us, Off the Wall Mancave, is the head coach of the Capital Girls. Just missed out on state this year. Here's Katie Garcin-Forba on the Jason Walker Show. Well, it's tough to talk with you because you're not going to be at state as a coach. You'll just be maybe there as a fan, but I appreciate you joining me, Coach. It's always fun to chat with you. Tough way for the season to end for the Capital Girls. Not what you expected, but a good season nonetheless.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show again. It was such a bittersweet ending for our kids and for us as coaches. And 2 teams get to finish their season with wins at the very end of the year, your state champion and your third place team. And I just told our girls, what a privilege it was to be in the locker room with them, to get to experience this season with them, and thank them for bringing so much joy to us as coaches. And you don't always have teams where you feel that way about, but this group was incredible. And my biggest, my only regret, is that we don't get another week with this group of seniors, and they were just phenomenal this year. And so, but our kids played their absolute butts off, and they, what they were able to accomplish after we went on a 5-game losing streak to kind of try and right the season for us. I'm just so incredibly proud of them for their efforts.
When do you start looking ahead the next year? Because replacing 7 seniors isn't easy.
No, I mean, we started planning Sunday. We started planning what summer looked like. So it's just like you just turn the page and start again. And I think that's kind of the fun part of a season. Like the start of a new season is that you get to start putting those pieces back in place, figuring out, okay, who replaces what. And for those certain players, we're not going to be able to replace. And this team, next year's team, is going to look very different. And that's what's exciting about it, is trying to put the right pieces of the puzzle together. But, I mean, truly, we mourned the end of this season. I did. Even my husband does a little bit. There's a finality to 5 months of a lot of work, and started thinking about what the summer looks like and what next year looks like. When you don't have a scout to prepare or another team to prepare, fits in kind of nicely just to start looking at that.
Well, your husband's happy because he gets you, home and focused for a while now. You're not going to be constantly watching film, or, you guys can actually be a married couple for a while.
Yeah, there's always, I don't know if other coaches' spouses and, coaches and spouses who kind of go through this, there's always kind of an adjustment period of a couple of weeks. It's just like, oh, you're home at 5. You're home at 5. Oh, you're home at 5:30. Oh, what are we gonna do? And I'm sitting there going, I don't know what to do with my free time. I will say that conveniently for work, I have 2 meetings in the evening this week, so we're managing to fill our time. But no, it is an adjustment. And my husband is an amazing basketball spouse. He just gets it, and I think that that's really cool, and I appreciate him so much. But it is nice to be able to have time as a married couple and just do stuff that we want to do together.
What's the over-under? At what point next week will he be like, can you just go in another room and watch film and quit bugging me?
I give it to, let me see. Let me think about my work week next week and his work week. But probably Wednesday. Okay. Probably Wednesday. Well, yeah.
Beautiful. Katie Garcin-Forba joining us, Capital Girls coach. All right. I have you on because I want to break down this AA. We all know that Skyview is probably the favorite going into this thing, looking to win second title in 3 years. You've seen them. You know how good they are. What can fans expect, and are they the clear-cut favorite?
When we played Skyview game 2 of the year, we as coaches said the championship runs through them. What most impressed me, Brianna Williams is phenomenal. Like I cannot wait to watch her at Maryland and watch her I think she will thrive at that level. And there's sometimes you have kids that commit to that level and you go, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. Like, she is going to have a very successful career at that level. She is, and she's such a humble, just a really neat kid. But I should say young lady, not kid. But she is just she's that kind of player. But they're role players. What he has done to get them defending the way that they do and using their players to their strength, they're long. They're like very deceptive long. They're very athletic. And they've got a couple kids that can shoot the heck out of the ball. And when you put that combination with a kid like Brianna Williams, it's a tough out. And so are they invincible? No. I think any team tournament time can be beat. But I think they are clicking on all cylinders. And they've shown that against West twice. And West has got some size, but I think their athleticism is different. And Gallatin, obviously with Jada Williams, and she's super talented. But they've just got a little bit more of that X factor to them. So they're my favorite going into it. I think he's done an incredible job getting them prepared this season, and they're playing super disciplined basketball, but he's also just letting his athletes kind of get out and run a little bit, and that is a dangerous combination.
Yeah, you mentioned the role players. They've got some good ones averaging, 8-9 points a game to go along with Williams' 24, which is just nuts. She'll, two-time National High School Player of the Week. She's going to win Gatorade Player of the Year again, no question. I think in Montana. When you look at Gallatin and I mean, they gave Skyview a little bit of a scare last week at divisionals up 14, but then you come back and lose by 13. That's tough. But Gallatin, besides Williams, what do they bring?
Gallatin they're really athletic. I think that Jada Davis. Is my brain just shorted out on me. I think she is incredibly, her basketball IQ is so high, and she has the ability to like bring her team along with her when she's having success because she is just so good with the ball in her hands. But I actually think that their post player is really, really talented. And I mean, they're not small by any means. They've got Emma Hardman, who's, 5'10". They've got a little bit of size. I just think that when Brianna, there's no answer for her. And so that's going to be the key is, if other players get going for Skyview and you still limit Brianna's touches, they're going to score a lot of points, and they've done that. But I think Gallatin is tough. They fly around. They're a good defensive team, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, their coach was Defensive Player of the Year in the Frontier, and she played for Jeff Graham. And I mean, just fly around, get in your face, get out and defend. So I could see them. I don't know if they ended up being they could potentially be a semifinal, or if that could be the championship. I haven't looked at how the bracket breaks down, but if they see each other, that will be a very good game.
Yeah, Gallatin and Skyview would play in the championship if they win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gallatin may have to see West in the semis if they both win.
No, Gallatin would get Hellgate or CMR, and then West and Skyview could play in that semifinal Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of West, they get Big Sky first round. Avery DeCoit out for the last 7 games with an elbow. Doesn't look like she's going to make this or play at the state tournament. That hurts the Eagles big time because that's a very good basketball team with her and Couture running the show there. So maybe West has the favorability in game 1, 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. If you ever want my thoughts on our tournament setup, let me know. But especially, let's reward a team for having a good season and make them play at 9 a.m. Right. Love that. I think it's, Big Sky's another team. Obviously, Katie Couture is a heck of a player. She gave us fits every time we played them. They look very different without Avery DeCoit. DeCoit is, their tempo looks different. She can score and facilitate. I honestly think one of the biggest losses they have with her is her ability to defend. She is an insanely good defender. That being said, though, I think Big Sky gives West a battle. I think that how West matches up, and I don't know if they'll start out man or zone. I think that either way, if Big Sky is shooting the ball well, that's going to be problematic for West because they've got multiple kids that shoot the ball well from 3. Maya Hubbard and Audrey Hale, Latrell, they've got a few that can just shoot the heck out of the ball. If they go man, I think that it could be a little bit harder for Big Sky to score it just because of their size. I mean, West is huge. They start multiple kids over 6 foot, but I think Big Sky's athleticism is something that could be interesting. And so that one I think could be a really good game. I'll be curious to see what coaches do as far as their schemes, but I think they're 2 very different teams. And so it'll be interesting to see how West, Big Sky reminds me a little bit of Gallatin. And so it'll be interesting to see how that matchup plays out.
Skyview matches up with Glacier. We know about Glacier, 6 wins on the year, but hey, they got to where it matters most. And then Sentinel takes on Gallatin. You don't know probably a lot about CMR, another team with a losing record that's at the state tournament, and they get Hellgate. You know how good Hellgate can be. Yeah,
Hellgate, CMR, we were able to watch a little bit of film on them when we were doing preseason stuff. And, they've got a couple good athletic kids, a couple kids that can shoot the ball. But the matchup against Hellgate will be interesting because Hellgate is another one. They are deceptively long. And talking with Ben Dudek, Coach Dudek, after their game on Saturday morning, we were talking about it, and we both agreed. on paper, you look at them and you're like, all right, they're an average size team. And then you get out there on the floor with them and they've got some serious length. Like they've got, they can put 3 or 4 kids on the floor that are 5'11", 6 foot, and they don't get a 6'3", 6'4" kid, but they've got some size with Larson and Mund, and I mean so I think what'll be interesting is they will. I would assume Coach Keith will start out in their kind of aggressive man or their 1-2-2. I don't know how much the East has played a 1-2-2 this year. They tend to be more of a man-to-man or a 2-3 zone, that side of the state. So it'll be interesting to see how CMR adjusts to that. But I actually think Hellgate is playing some of their best basketball right now, and they're peaking at the right time. Like they're playing hard. Chloe Larson she's a tough kid, and it's her senior year. She's going to try and get them as far as she possibly can. So I think that one, Hellgate's playing good basketball right now.
So at the end of Saturday night, who's cutting down the nets for the state AA girls?
I would put my money on Skyview. I really would. I think that there's teams that will challenge them. I don't think they win games by 20 points or maybe even 10 points like they've been doing, but I just think the style of basketball that they're playing right now and how they've got multiple kids contributing down the stretch. I mean, yeah, Brianna Williams is scoring a lot of points and she's rebounding like crazy. But you put the complementary players around her like they have. And some of those kids that played in the 3-4 game and were third last year and know what it felt to lose that semifinals. I think they're looking at a little bit of redemption. And he does a heck of a job with them. He has done a really good job as a first-year coach with that team, but he's won a lot of championships himself with other schools. And so I think Skyview's got my bet at this point. Yeah,
it could be crazy. A semifinal Friday, former school up against current school.
Yeah.
With Weston and Skyview. All right, so you're picking Skyview. Who cuts down the nets for the boys?
I think the boys is really wide open, and I say that because I know Hellgate had a great regular season on our side. I think the East has some really. I think they've got some depth, and for Billings West to come in as they were the 3 seed, and then win it and beat Bozeman, or it was one of the undefeated. Yeah. Bozeman. Okay, so they beat Bozeman, who's had an incredible year, and who is always interesting to see how they will do at tournament time. I'll be honest, they will have great seasons, and then tournament time, depending on matchups, they can struggle a little bit. But I think the boys' side is really wide open this year, and it's going to be who can shoot the ball well and get over the emotions. I think of these games quickly, but yes. Gallatin, Bozeman, West, Hellgate. Our boys always tend to make a run, even if they're, coming in as the 4 seed who is 5th going into divisionals. Who knows? Guy will have them prepared. So to me, that one's going to be really fun to watch because I think it could be just a variety of really close games.
You could get a Bozeman West semifinal on Friday night in Missoula.
That could be.
Tell me Bozeman would want a little revenge on that one.
Oh, totally. No, that one could be a wild game, and I'm excited to watch the girls and follow the girls. I'm really excited to see the boys unfold because I think on any given day somebody can go out and cause an upset. And then you've got a team like Butte who just shoots the heck out of the ball, and who knows what noise they could make. It's just, I think it'll be a wild boys tournament.
Katie Garcin-Forba, our guest here. A couple final questions for you, Coach. Do you follow the other classifications?
I do. I like to see. Yeah, I do. We have shout out to the media and the coverage that they give girls basketball and boys basketball, because I follow it on Twitter and then I end up deep diving through an article and I read about stuff. But yeah, I like following the other classifications and just seeing how teams are doing.
I'm excited to call the Class A girls for the 4th straight year. I'm really excited to see if Havre can keep the dynasty going, or if Big Fork moving up from B, can they dominate? But I really, really wanted to go to Great Falls for the State C. Taylor Shariq, or however you pronounce it, or Taylor, she was our performance of the week. What an amazing run she's had, and I know she had a great year, but from districts, I mean, she's averaging like 40 points alone just in tournament play. That state C is going to be wild up in Great Falls.
It will be, and I think the A tournament is going to be really fun. I think that I agree. I would see how Big Fork does. Can have her keep it going. Like what he has built up there has just been incredible. I think the B, it's for those teams to get to state, to get through their districts and then their divisionals, like I feel like they get that tournament prep even more so because they've got their districts and divisionals. They do their Christmas tournaments or they do they do all these tournaments, so they get to have that experience, which I think is so cool. I love how our A, B, and C's are structured in their seasons. But the C is going to be wild because Kaylee is averaging a ton of points. She is just insanely athletic. We'll go play for the Cats, and it's just a great. I mean, she's like 5'11", 6 foot. She's a good sized guard who's so fast. But it's amazing, like the C schools and their ability to like game plan and how they strategize. I think is so fun to watch because you can have a team that doesn't have an athlete like that, and they'll just make it a game because. Coaches will throw some junk stuff out there. They'll go, a triangle and 2 or and I just love seeing the strategy of it and how I think we have some really talented. I think we have some really talented AA coaches, but watching the A, B, and C schools coach their kids they're the coaches I love listening to at the coaches clinic in July. They're the ones that just I think have such a unique lens because their numbers look different than ours. They get what they get, but they're dealing, they've got a couple hundred kids in their school versus 1,400 kids. So just seeing how they put their programs together and the teams together is something I so enjoy.
So you'll be back. You'll be
for next year?
Yeah, you're coaching Capital Girls next year.
I always give myself 2 weeks to make a decision. I've done it every year, and this year's no different. I love what we bring back. I love my coaching staff. So as of now, I'm but I'm not saying that can't change in the next couple of weeks. I never make a decision right after the state tournament or the divisional tournament. And for me, I like to be able to reassess, see what's in front of me, and talk to my husband. Say, do we still want to go down this crazy journey of being a coach? I give myself 2 weeks to make any decisions.
Okay. Well, the board will make a decision too. So.
True. Yeah.
There is that.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, but we're gonna. Then I really want to know what to do with my time.
I know you've won state a couple times, but what have you done for me lately, Coach?
Right. Well.
No.
Well, I think I've led kids in a very positive way.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Today is National Dress Day. Today. When was the last time Katie Garcin-Forba wore a dress?
Oh, probably a couple weeks ago for work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll wear them for work every once in a while, especially in the summer when it gets hot. I'll wear a dress. Yeah, I don't mind dresses. But it's been probably 6 weeks.
Okay, all right.
It's been a while.
All right. Well, I was just wondering because you're a gym rat, so.
Yeah, but I wear a lot of blazers and dress pants for my job, and I have to dress up every day.
That sucks. I'm wearing sweats right now.
Are you? Oh, I'm in dress pants and a dress shirt and loafers and yeah.
And I've been waiting all day for this, all morning conversation. Today is National Oreo Cookie Day.
Oh my gosh! I went to the grocery store 2 days ago, and the Reese's Oreo, I was looking for them. I am now on a mission, and I don't know if they're real or fake or what, but if not, I'm going to start writing letters to Oreo. Like, that is how I'm going to fill my free time, Jason. We just figured it out.
I sent Coach an Instagram last week of Oreos and Reese's together, and it's like our two favorite things. Like, we have to find, and they're real. They existed at some point. I don't know if they still do or not, but we have to get Oreo Reese's back.
Yeah. That's not going to be my white whale. Like that is so thank you, because you just figured out how to fill my time now. now. Like,
Matt is the one that's going to thank me.
I'm going to start a letter writing campaign. There's so much work to be done to try and get them to Helena.
I know.
No, they look fantastic.
You're going to have to quit your job and be like full-time on a mission.
My new job title, Oreo. I don't know. I'll come up with something great. Don't worry. I'll keep you posted. I know you'll be waiting anxiously.
I am going to be, because I'll be looking in Butte this weekend in my free time between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., you know?
Yeah.
But I do have to ask you this. We're going to Hawaii in August to see my son in the Army. So I'll be talking to you in the off season to get some Oahu updates and where to go.
Yes.
Because I think we're at Eva Beach. So, and then also I need to know if you and Matt want to buy my Garth Brooks tickets for Las Vegas in May.
Oh. What are the dates?
It's May 2nd. It's May 2nd. I bought these tickets last year. I got on the waiting list. I had to go through the whole rigmarole. And then I got the tickets. I have 3 of them because I'm like, oh, my daughter's birthday is May 1st. It'd be a great birthday present. And my wife said, we're not taking, that's a birthday present for you, not her. So she's like, you can go, but Winnie and I are not. And I was like, well, I'm not going to Vegas and missing her birthday.
Right.
So they're up. There's 3 of them. They're you just let me know. You talk to the hubby and or maybe he's the one. He plans your summer, so
he does. And so, is this for his show at Caesars, or is this okay? Yes. So we went last year to it, and I would go again in a heartbeat because it was the best 3 hours of it was the best concert. We walked out of there. We took my parents, and we were all just like, that was incredible. Like okay, I will talk to Matt. Nothing is off the table for us, which is why not? Yeah, I will be in touch about that. And also, I think that yes, that may have been a birthday present for you, but that I'm not against that. I think that that's a power move as a parent. Good for you. Yeah.
I know. I'm just trying to make the little one happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Making sacrifices.
Exactly.
You have to sit through Garth Brooks.
Right.
To keep her happy. And that's, the sacrifices you are, what you do as a dad is the sacrifices you make.
Yes, I know. And it probably didn't help that I was like, I'm transferring money from savings to my account to buy these tickets. But while I was golfing at the same time.
Yeah, see, that's where you messed up.
I know.
That's a good life lesson, though. It's a good lesson. Yes. You got plenty more time to, fix that.
Well, I was really hoping I could double it up because she loves Miranda Lambert. So I was like, if we could get Miranda at her show and Garth, that would be heaven for both of us.
Yeah.
But Miranda's done mid-April. I'm like, oh,
that's a bummer. Yeah. Yeah. Cause then you were in, then it was we've got Garth, we've got Miranda, and she can't be like, well, this is a vacation for you. No, this is a vacation for us here. This is, and to celebrate, our daughter's birthday. Yeah. That's just so much easier sell than just your concert of choice. I will say though, he was absolutely phenomenal, and like we said, we would come back and watch his show and pay good money to do it. He was so good. So yeah, I'll float the idea out to Matt and see what he says, because you never know.
Yeah. Hey, he can buy tickets for a concert you're not even sure you're going to go to in Minnesota yet. So I think this is an easy sell for you.
That's true.
Honey, true. I don't make a lot of the summer decisions, but I'm making this one.
Yeah. I also realize as I say things, especially on your show, I will say things that I'm like, we really don't do things that normally. That's not how normal people do things. Yeah, as I was saying it, that felt Yeah, that felt different than probably what other people think about.
Okay, well, the option is there for you guys, and again, it's 3
Okay.
tickets. They're all together in one row, so.
Okay.
I'll
let you know. I'll do a little bit of poking today when I talk to him.
Okay.
See what I can do. See if I can test the temperature on it.
Maybe bring him some Oreos.
Yeah. Oh, that is. I'm gonna have to bring some into work for our employees. Like that's today's a game changer. It's Oreo day.
Coach, appreciate it as always. I look forward to catching up in the off season. Enjoy the weekend watching games. I know that's tough to hear, but I know you'll be flipping around NFHS all weekend long.
Oh yeah. No, it's. It is what it is. You do it long enough, you get to go through all those different emotions with your team, and I'm excited to see other teams, compete and follow our boys and watch all that. And as always, I appreciate you having me on the show. And let's catch up during the off season. I love our Wednesday morning chat.
Me too, Coach. Have a great day at work, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jason.
Katie Garcin-Forba. So much fun to talk with her. And I think I'll get her to buy those tickets to Garth. I think I can do it. I'd love to go, man. I want so bad to see Garth in Vegas. I missed the one-man show, 10 years ago? It's my all-time favorite musical artist. And his concerts are amazing. And I've heard nothing but great things about Vegas show. Man, I want to go so bad. It's my daughter's birthday. We'll get it figured out. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up. And a big honor for a very, very sweet young lady. We'll talk about it next here at Jason Walker Show from the Off the Wall Mancave. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rutgers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
For more than 20 years, Off the Wall Advertising has built a track record of success helping businesses like yours across the state of Montana. While working with hundreds of businesses, including Jason Walker Media, they have developed a system for success. Off the Wall Advertising utilizes indoor advertising, placing professional billboards in high traffic locations. Let Off the Wall Advertising show you how to get the return on investment you expect from every advertising dollar. Off the Wall Advertising, along with the Jason Walker Show and Continental Divide Radio, have packages for even more bang for your buck. Contact Off the Wall today at offthewallmt.com to schedule a free consultation. Winters in Montana can be cold and snowy, so let Auto Concepts set up your vehicle with a remote starter system. A remote starter will get your car or truck warmed up on those cold Montana mornings before work or taking the kids to school. Auto Concepts is also the go-to place for everything to enhance your ride, from bumper guards to bed rugs and tonneau covers too. Let Auto Concepts make your commute or drive comfortable. Auto Concepts in Helena, the auto enhancement professionals.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Ah, summer. A time to work in the yard and get all those projects that you've been thinking about all winter done. And when you've had enough, go to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar to cool off, relax, laugh a little or a lot, your choice, have a drink and play your favorite games. There's plenty of new games and your old favorites. Now, if you don't want to work hard and the relaxing part sounds the best to you, then just head over to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar on Dredge behind Jade Restaurant. Happy summer, everyone.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Final segment on a Wednesday, brought to you by Bowser's Lucky Dog Casino. Drink and gamble responsibly. I forgot about this song, the Fat Boys Wipeout. This song, on Continental Divide, we talk about the music of your memories. I just saw this song and decided to play it here for a second. And it makes me think of my cousin Scott. Scott was 9 days older than me. And we grew up more like brothers than cousins. He passed away a few years ago. I guess 5 years ago now. This month. But I'm going to add this song to Continental Divide Radio just for him, man, because, wow. Music is one of the strongest indicators of memories, and just, I saw it, I forgot all about it, and here we go, thinking of my cousin Scott. Wow. Can't wait to put that one on Continental Divide Radio coming up. That's going to be awesome to hear that. I'm going to add it today. There's no question about that. Welcome back to the Off the Wall Mancave. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. Thinking of my cousin Scotty. 5 years now. Wow. Yesterday was a Super Tuesday, not only for Jamie Pickens, Andrew Cook, Adam Hyatt, all those named, Rochelle Sayers, all those named Frontier honors. It was also a very Super Tuesday for one Kola Bad Bear. The MSU-B women's basketball team nearly pulled off a sweep of the GNAC Conference Awards announced yesterday. Bad Bear, who started her career at MSU and played as a grad transfer for her hometown team, Billings senior alum, named the GNAC's Player of the Year and Newcomer of the Year. Courtney Nelson from Scobies, the Defensive Player of the Year. Kevin Wooden, the Coach of the Year for the second consecutive year. MSU-B will go into the number 1 seed into the conference tournament this week. And Bad Bear, the first player from MSU-B for the Jackets to win it since Alicia Breen, who's now an assistant for the Kevin Wooden and the Jackets. She won it 6 years ago. But Kola Bad Bear, an amazing lady. The work she did for No Sisters Left Behind, murdered and missing Indigenous women, the games and jerseys that were the materialistic part, but what she brought to the campus of MSU for her 4 years there, fantastic. And she is just a great young lady who's going to do amazing things in this world after she's done with college. So congratulations to Kola Bad Bear and all of the GNAC honorees. Super Tuesday yesterday for the president, Trump. What, he went 14 states. He lost Vermont. Yeah. Nikki Haley finally dropped out today. I saw a fantastic meme. It was great. It was, remember from Rocky IV when Apollo was just getting demolished by Drago? And Apollo's coach looked over at Rocky and he's screaming like, throw the damn towel. And he's crying, and Apollo's, ends up, dying in the ring. But it was a meme with that. About, it was Nikki Haley's campaign manager. It was freaking hilarious. She finally did drop out today, although she refused to endorse Trump. But whatever. He doesn't really need her endorsement. That was just hilarious, though. Let's do on this day in history. It is, as we mentioned with Coach, National Oreo Cookie Day. It's also National Dress Day, Frozen Food Day, Dentist Day, and White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. So, on this date in 1922, Babe Ruth signed a 3-year contract with the Yankees, $52,000 a year. 1964, Cassius Clay joins the Nation of Islam and changes his name to Muhammad Ali, calling his former name a slave name. 3 years later on this date, Muhammad Ali ordered by selective service to be inducted. 1985, future world heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson knocks out Hector Mercedes at 147 in the first round in Albany, New York, in his very first professional fight. 2000, longtime Boston Bruin defenseman Ray Bourque traded to the Colorado Avalanche. He would win a Stanley Cup the following year. Willie Stargell, born on this date, 1940, passed away in 2001. Got the autographed baseball of Willie Stargell right here. Who else is on there? Oh, Hank Aaron, right there. I've got Willie Stargell and Hank Aaron on the same ball. I forgot about that one. Yeah, okay. Very cool. I'll have to... How do I display it with both of them? Okay. Anyway, Dick Fosbury, born on this date, 1947. Olympic gold high jump, 1968. The Fosbury flop, passed away a year ago. Shaq is 52 today. Agnieszka Radwanska, great tennis player from Poland, is 35. Kirby Puckett died on this date in 2006. The Battle of the Alamo was on this date in 1836. Well, it basically ended today. After 13 days of fighting, Mexican soldiers overwhelmed the Texan defenders, including those killed were William Travis, Jim Bowie, and Davy Crockett. 1966, Ballad of the Green Berets became #1 Barry Sadler's tune, and it would stay there for 13 weeks. And on this date in 1987, the first Lethal Weapon was released. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, what a franchise that became. The very first Lethal Weapon. And Mel Gibson still had a little bit of an Australian accent in that one, too. Great, great shows. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky, a po' boy. They are staying open in Helena, by the way. I know that Cafe Zydeco, I think at Bozeman is closing, but Cafe Zydeco in Helena is not. They're staying open. And why wouldn't they? They're fantastic, and you need to go there. Go get a beignet this weekend. And beignets are good any time of the day, so it doesn't matter when you get it. Oh, man. Fun week. And we only did 2 shows. But Guy Almquist, Katie Garcin-Forba, thank you. Now, remember, no shows tomorrow, but we will be having state tournament updates basically from about noon to midnight. And on the morning show, Jaywalk in the mornings on Continental Divide Radio. So all of your state sports updates will come on Continental Divide Radio the next 3 days starting tomorrow. State C underway up in Great Falls. The boys, everybody else tips off across the state tomorrow. Good luck to every team that's playing in a state tournament. Good luck to the coaches, the cheerleaders, the pep bands. It's awesome. If you are in Butte, don't forget to bring your helmets from your favorite school to display here in the Off the Wall Mancave. And also, the Browning jersey, number 10, the Black Road jersey from 2 years ago, state tournament in Missoula. So if you're listening in Browning, get to that school and get me that jersey from 2022, the Varsity Road jersey, number 10. I believe it was Sugar Spoon Hunter's number. It was one of the Spoon Hunters. I think it was Sugar. It was one of the Spoon Hunters for sure. We'll be back next week. And then don't forget about the Jaywalk in the mornings. So state updates all tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday on Continental Divide Radio. The morning show on CDR. Mark Allen got his show. Thanks to our terrific sponsors, our fantastic fans. Love you guys. And I know I say this, but seriously, we could not do this without you. JasonWalkerShow.com for this show, JasonWalkerMedia.com for my interview with Trucker Jake from last week, great patriot, and also Continental Divide Radio. It's on Odyssey. You can find us anywhere. Just search Jason Walker Show or Continental Divide Radio. You'll get it all. We'll do it again from the Off the Wall Mancave next week. State tournament updates all week on Continental Divide Radio. Good luck. Safe travels to state. We'll see you in Butte.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.